Hi everybody, here is Rainbows and Kittens Forever, also known as Catherine Movies, and I guess I had more videos than I thought this week. You know, like idea-wise, I'm trying to get this count more active for this week, and maybe in the long term, if I get too hectic, I will post videos on a weekly basis, but right now I have too much time on my hands, so hopefully I can help somebody out there. I am not a therapist at all. I'm just here to talk about my mental health experiences in psychiatric care and in group therapies, as well as my regular therapist. The first psychiatric care that I got was when I was 18 years old. I was diagnosed with PTSD, and later in life, around 19 or 20, I got diagnosed with bipolar. It's NOS, which is non-specified. I have no idea why they put NOS. Sometimes I feel like I'm more bipolar 1, I think it is, where I'm really moody. Sometimes I'm manic, and sometimes I'm, okay. Depends on really what I'm doing, and during the day I can be more busier than others, and I can't slow myself down. When I was diagnosed at 20 years old, I was in college, and I hung out with the wrong crowd, and that was my first experience. I did a lot of drinking back in 2009, I think, 2008. I almost turned, 21, and I was like, well, I'm almost 21, what does it matter? So that's when I had my first drink, was when I was 20. I was kind of a late bloomer on that one, but when I had the alcohol, I was out of control. I actually started drinking when I left the country. I did a lot of traveling when I had money back in those times. Unfortunately, I don't have that much anymore. I gave it a lot to my friends that I thought were my friends, and they really weren't. So it was in Vegas. I was in Nevada, and I had this friend who's no longer a friend now. I went to Vegas, and that's when I had my first, drink at age 20. I think it was rum and Coke, and I didn't really like the taste. And I did not like the taste of rum and Coke. But it was like the feeling of it, I felt like I was on top of the world. And when I was walking the strip line in Vegas, I saw this other lady who was 30 times worse than me. So I was like, oh, okay, I feel better. I'm not that, not as bad as her. But she flung off her shoe and fell into the middle of the street. And I don't know, everybody was filming it. And that was my first experience with alcohol, was at age 20. And then I went to marijuana, and after that I went to pills, I went to benzos, I snorted a couple times. That was last January. That was January 28th, was my second to last or third to last hospitalization. After that, I felt like I didn't need to self-harm anymore. Self-harm kind of dissipated over time when I was drinking. Those feelings, and this was the years in between where I thought I was gay, I was lesbian, and then I switched to bi, and now I'm pan. And I've been sticking with pan for a while, so my sexuality is a little confusing. And my ex-girlfriend's mother was really abusive to me. I left her, went back to my ex-boyfriend, who kind of taught me more about drinking. We used to make Jaeger bombs and, Jello shots. I learned how to make Jello shots from him. So he was like my alcohol buddy. He drank the way I did. And later on in those years, around 2 years later, we broke up. After dating him on and off and dating the girl on and off, I moved up here thinking my life would change. It didn't change. It got a lot worse. A rough couple years up there, and that's when I started smoking marijuana more and not taking my medications. So it was just an endless cycle, and I couldn't get out of it. And I kept going in and out of the hospitals, and my self-injury would come back on and off, and I wouldn't know where to go. So I met this other guy, Zach, which I have mentioned in previous videos, and I thought he was mad cool, and he would let me drink. and the way I wanted to, and someone can't stop me from what I was doing. And we dated on and off, and now we're broken up finally for good. Because when I first broke up with him, I thought he fell in love with a girl again, and it obviously did not work out at all. And she'd be calling, texting where I am, and I'm like, I'm older than you. Like, and she wouldn't even let me drink. She told me to go to AA meetings, and I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. I'm older than you, and I didn't feel like I had a problem. I also lost my license because I had a seizure from not being on my medications, and I was trying to withdraw the alcohol myself. So on and so forth. I finally left those two current, and now I'm with another guy for 4 years, and he changed my life. And I know there's a lot of history to put into one video. During this past year of sobriety, after going all those trials, and she drank 30 times worse than I did. So I was like, oh, this is so cool. I can have a drinking buddy, a drug buddy, a self-harm buddy. And January 28th, I went to a meeting drunk, and she was drunk, drinking Four Loko in my car, and we're coming from Bourne to Orleans because I have no idea why. I didn't want to be home, and it was really terrible. And that night, I went to my AA meeting. It didn't end well. I cried for a half hour because I didn't know where my life was going. So she came out of the car and told everybody she was from California. And so I was like, all right, we gotta go home. And so we went home, and she was living with a crack lady, and she was a mess. I was living there for a little while. That didn't work out because that night she tried to kill herself, and so my current boyfriend told me to go back up in the area. May I remind you, I was on an empty tank of gas. I was on a quarter tank, and it takes an hour and 45 minutes to get to where I was. And I was also offering crack, and I was just like, where the hell is my life gone now? And it sucked. So I thought suicide was the answer, and it clearly wasn't. My life was going down tubes, the tubes. I lost my best friend about a year ago. Now it's the second year, and you know, things didn't get better. Things got worse before they got better. And next day, I, thanked him, and then I went to my psychiatrist appointment, and I entered McLean, and that was my realization for a little while, but I was still drinking after that. And then my last relapse, I got myself straightened up because it was my last chance to being in one of those psych hospitals, and I didn't want to live my life like that anymore. It was not fun. Like, first week, I was just like, all right, I need this, and then after dragging on and on and on with these psychiatric cares, I got really sick of it, and it's been over a year since my sobriety, and it's been great. Well, not all great, but it's a lot better, and I've been hanging out with the right people now, talking to the right people online. I try. So and that's kind of my story. It's a lot of trauma and ups and downs, but we all go through that in life. And I've been sticking with AA. On April 28th will be my 1 year of everything free, which is self-harm, drugs, alcohol, whatever I was doing. And I feel okay. And that was kind of my video, so it's like 10 minutes long, and sorry if I'm rambling on, and hopefully that helps you to get to know me a little bit on what I want from this channel. If you have any suggestions, comments, feel free to leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up, or I don't even know if it's changed. I still think it's a thumbs up because I know on Facebook it's a heart now, and it's also a like. So I'm gonna get going, shutting up. So if you want, message me. Maybe I'll be back in a couple days, but I've been kind of dying to make this video. It was really long, so bye.